as we do every Friday at this time or roundabout, we do Friday Fun Forum where I'm joined by a special guest. Today, not so special, but
Wow. Okay. Fair enough.
No, today. No, you didn't let me finish. Today is very special.
No. Okay.
Not just special, very special.
Okay.
Andy Clay,
Listen,
comedian.
it's good to be here. I promise to lie less than Trump and be more coherent than Biden.
Oh, wow,
Bar's pretty low on both of those.
Jeez,
so
that's not hard, is it?
it's not hard. There you go. 300 million people, and that's it.
We were saying that the other day. Come on.
Everyone we've got in this country, even if you hate them, is looking like a genius in comparison, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're going, oh, well, I thought they were
How many in America? 300?
310 million plus another 100 million illegal immigrants. I don't know. I lose track.
And all we've got is two people.
They got two people. It's the system. The system's terrible. It's a terrible system.
Yeah.
And
when it's money, you can only run for presidency.
did you watch Joe Biden? I couldn't. I felt bad for him.
I did too. I couldn't.
like,
I saw bits and pieces, and then I was out.
That's all. It was enough. Yeah, same. I couldn't do the whole thing. Oh, dude. Apparently he called Zelensky Putin today.
Yes.
I don't know if that's now we're getting
No,
into,
I
is it? You heard as well?
Yeah, I saw it.
I don't know if we're getting into lies now, but
and then is it AI?
Who knows, right?
And he also referred to his vice president Kamala Harris as Putin. No, Trump.
Trump
Called her Trump.
Yeah, his dad. It's like Gramps. Sit down, mate. Let's play dominoes. We're good.
It's like
and Trump's like the cantankerous neighbour who's really rude.
it's like Christmas Day with your family.
It's the world's worst sitcom.
It's like Christmas Day with your family.
Oh my
Biden's
God.
like grandpa that's got drunk and was just dementia out.
Oh, dude. Anyway, speaking of dementia out, how have you been?
Sorry, I was just having a sip of wine.
Yes, you were, because it's Friday.
Because it's Friday, I'm allowed to. Good. Been good.
Yeah, all right.
How about you? How's the comedy circuit?
Well, it's been pretty good for me personally. I don't know about the comedy. I used to hang out. Now I do my gig and go home for a lie down. Do you know what I mean? Used to be like, yeah, and amongst it. Now I don't know. I've got jokes older than some of the people I work with. There's literally people who I'm gigging with who might be 25, and I'm going, I've been doing it like 10 years longer than you've been alive. Literally, it's quite stark,
And then after the gig, like you said, you used to get amongst, and now you're like, okay, good night. And good night. I'm going home to bed.
Yeah, 100%. I have fantasies. From about 3 or 4 in the afternoon, I start having fantasies about my bed, not with anyone else in it, just me going, oh God, that's good. Especially in these cold nights. Oh God. It's terrible, isn't it?
Do you know someone said that? We were talking about that the other day. We've got to an age where we love our bed so much. We're looking forward to go to bed. To sleep.
Oh, listen, at that moment of first sliding in, especially with your leaky blanket on, it's like, stop it.
Stop
it's
it.
Like, it's better than just about anything these days.
Just about, isn't it?
Just about anything.
And I like it when I've made the bed so it's fresh sheets and it's warm, so it's all nicely tucked in.
Yes.
And
Hi, welcome to the Oldies Hour. I'll even cup of tea to lie down as we talk to you.
If you're in bed, give us a call. Okay, now, right,
yes,
Andy,
let's hype this up. You're still young and full of life.
Well,
Come on.
It'll last at least 25 minutes.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about some of the stories now. When I saw this and I realised that you were going to be here on Friday, I went, well, this is
perfect.
This is made for Andrew Clay.
Is it? Okay.
The mother of 3 young boys, she started a petition in New Plymouth out of curiosity, she said, to see if she got the public backing to ban G-strings being worn at the aquatic, at the public pools.
Yep.
She goes, I don't want to be overprotective, but she called the G-string wearers pornographic.
Yeah, listen, the answer to this is there is no answer to it, because taste or bad taste has always and will always be subjective. So, and it depends what culture you're in, what time of history you're in. And all you can be is go with the norm. And so in some parts of Europe, that would be quite normal.
Oh, of course. You've been to Europe. I've been to Europe. We know what they wear there.
I've worn my G-string. No mothers complain there. In fact, the quite opposite. Thank you. But and the thing with that is, you could say, well, in this society, in New Zealand society, it's maybe deemed offensive because most people don't do it. But the trouble is that trend is changing. You only need to go any beach now, and you see far more butt cheek than you ever did
in our day.
In our day,
exactly.
Because New Zealand girls were traditionally quite cover up. Is it a word? Yeah, it is now.
I wore my track pants.
Yeah, exactly right. You had t-shirt and
t-shirt and shorts when I was a teenager.
And now, and the double whammy. And I got to put this carefully so I don't sound like a dirty old man. But now the bigger problem when I go down the beach and there's lots of bare buttocks is that they're 35, 40 years younger than me too. It's like I can't even enjoy it. I can't even enjoy it. No. I can't enjoy it. I go, this is too young.
Because you don't want to look at it.
I don't want to be that dude. But yeah, this is purely what the consensus is of society, and that is always moving. That is always a matter of opinion. So, is your 8-year-old boy going to be scarred for life? I doubt it.
I know, and
He'll probably be okay.
The listeners, when we talked about it, and I put it obviously out to them, it was kind of 50-50, but most people came back saying, I kind of agree with you, said, it's... but at the beach, yes, but they thought at public pools, no, it was different.
I get it, and they're not wrong, and they're not right. It's because it is subjective. It's 100% good taste, poor taste, whether it being in your clothing and being what you say, what's acceptable language to use, swearing, whatever, is subjective, and it is always a moving line because society does not stay locked in place, especially in this day and age with so many outside influences. Yeah. So there is no right or wrong. If she felt it was a little too much for her boys, hard, it's a public pool, but I guess you avert their eyes and move them away. My instinct is yes, a little bit too much, but that's not a fact. That's just an opinion.
Well, I thought like a bottom, we've all got them. I interviewed her and she was she sounded like she wasn't a crazy woman, and she did it right. She wasn't cancelling culture, standing outside saying shut the pool down.
Yeah, and she was trying to gauge the temperature of the public.
That's what she wanted.
Which is fair enough.
I said to her, look, a bottom's a bottom. I don't know. I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah, but then some cultures, topless is fine, right? And here in New Zealand, for the most part, that wouldn't be. But again, that's purely subjective.
Yep.
So
and I said, look, but if you, I said sometimes I think adults also put their feelings onto their children, meaning like you just said, would the 8-year-old mind? I don't think they would. Maybe it's the parents go, oh, don't look, don't look.
If you make it a big deal to the kid, it'll become a big deal to the kid. Yeah.
And then I also said, and I find it's normally middle-aged women that moan the most about
What are you getting at? That they don't have a young bottom anymore?
Correct.
Yeah, it's true
enough. A lot of middle-aged women.
Listen, I'm the same on the beach. I see a guy in a G-string, I say, put it away, mate. Yeah. I don't need to compete with that. I don't need to compete with your firm buttocks, mate. Come on. Make it a fair contest.
Exactly. But there's more to the story because the next day, of course, they interviewed the New Plymouth Aquatic Centre, who said at this stage we're not changing our policy. Yeah. So the thong is staying.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
People have texted all right saying, Leah, my missus is a midwife. The view at her work never changes. Stop worrying about a thong.
Oh, and bless your wife, midwife, does a great job. I don't ever want to see that view that she sees daily. No.
All right, moving on. So a major supermarket chain, Woolworths, wants the government to improve trespass laws. They say the current system doesn't have enough teeth. We've got some real issues.
We do?
With aggression, violence towards staff. I mean, it's crazy reading. Physical assaults have increased by 50%. In the last 12 months, they've had 329 instances, which is mind-blowing to me.
It is, and I suppose there's two parts to this. First of all, economy's tough and people do bad things when things are bad, so let's try to get that better. Hopefully it's tracking that way. I never know who to believe, whether the economy's better or worse, but hopefully we're in a bad point. Hopefully it's going to get better, and that will tend to lead to less bad behaviour because people are less stressed. But on the other hand, don't assault someone who's just doing probably not much above minimum wage, trying to stack the shelves or whatever. Exactly. This ultimately it still is personal, choice to behave well or behave badly, no matter what your circumstances are. And I ban them from everywhere. If they've assaulted
that's what
someone,
they want to do.
100%.
They want to do that.
The trouble is, then you're asking this other staff members, unless you've got actual security there, to be policemen. But and cart people off premises. So now supermarkets have to have bouncers.
Well, they have security staff, but they have no teeth themselves. They're not allowed to touch anyone. They're basically just standing there in a uniform. So I put it to, the listeners.
You should be able to.
Yes.
You should be able to.
I said, what should they be allowed to do? And most people came back with security guards should be able to be like police.
But
then you're going to have to screen them. They're going to have to be properly trained.
Right. Yeah, that's right. I mean, are you physically restrained? Yes, strike. No, would be my boundary there. If you can physically restrain them and physically move them, but then if they start thrashing around and it becomes a slippery slope, doesn't it?
Did you ever, when you were a young man?
Yes.
Did you ever shoplift?
No, I didn't.
Have you never, even as a wee boy?
No. I had a brother who was very light-fingered though. Yeah, when in his younger years. But no, I never did. I've been painfully honest, to be honest.
Good man.
Yeah.
I stole 2 things, can I be honest? Can I tell
heart.
you? Hearts. Stole lots of hearts. I stole, when I was very young, a tomato. When my...
Yeah, it's haunted you, hasn't it?
Yeah, my mum caught me when we got in the car. She said I was eating a tomato, but that's just a kid.
You're a crazy phase you're going through.
And then when I discovered makeup, I stole.
Yes.
I stole a eyeliner.
Did you?
Yeah, and my mum made me take it back.
Good on you, Mum.
She was great. Once she'd hit me with rolled up newspaper like I was a dog.
Well, okay.
She literally just rolled up the paper and slapped me. I said, "What do you think of this, Mum?" And she said, "What's that?" And I said, it's an eyeliner pencil. I was probably about 12. And she went, "Where'd you get that? Did you get it off your sister?" No. And I confessed on the spot. And she was rolling up paper to start the fire, and she just rolled it up into a really tight wad, smacked me, and said, "We're going back to the store."
Welcome to Leah Panapa's therapy session on a Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Was she... unloads issues from her past.
Kelly, you're used to it, eh? You're used to my confessions.
Yeah, it's getting interesting. I'm learning more and more about you every week, and it's concerning.
Not good, is it? Yeah, it is concerning.
Yeah.
It's concerning.
Yeah. I flattered with her for 4 years, mate. I'm surprised half my stuff didn't go missing.
Yeah, we
your tomatoes.
I wonder where my eyeliner went.
Hey, let's not talk about what went missing off clotheslines as well. But anyway.
Oh, my Lord.